Hello guys, this is Mark the Geek. I decided to create this video just to serve as a guide for people that are new to Android or people that are in the outside trying and looking into Android and still are scared to dip their toes into the operating system or the ecosystem, however you want to call it. This is just for the new people. And I hope this video actually helps, and I'm going to try to explain a lot of the benefits of Google Android, and that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. First, let's talk about the operating system. The operating system comes in different flavors, and when I mean flavors, I mean the code name that Android uses to identify their firmware, big firmware updates like Cupcake, Donut, Eclair, Gingerbread, Ice Cream Sandwich, which is one of the most popular right now, and Jelly Bean, which is already done, but some devices don't have it. Maybe by the time you see this video, almost most of the new phones and high-end phones are going to be running Jelly Bean, and after that there's going to be Key Lime Pie. And the reason Android does it is just to make it easier to people to, when they're talking about one operating system, hey, Gingerbread, Ice Cream Sandwich, instead of saying 2.3.4 or 4.1.3 or 2.111, it's easier to put them names. Everybody does that. Windows does it, and Apple does it. Everybody does that. And another thing that I want to clear people out is that just because you have a phone with Gingerbread or Ice Cream Sandwich and there's a new update coming up, it doesn't mean that your phone is outdated already. It doesn't mean that your phone is no longer useful. Those apps are still going to be working with Gingerbread, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, and Key Lime Pie, wherever that comes out. It's still going to be compatible. So it doesn't matter, but I recommend, if you're jumping new into the Android system ecosystem right now, I recommend getting one of the high-end phones. In which area carrier that you go Verizon, you go Sprint, you go AT&T, just try to pick the high-end phone, and because most of the times those are the phones that are going to be updated faster. And also, if you want to be a lot more secure of getting an update, get a Nexus phone. Nexus phones, they get updates before anybody, and that's the phone to get. But if you don't like the way the Nexus phone looks, there's nothing wrong with picking up a Galaxy S3 or an HTC One X or the Razer M Max, whatever they come out with. It doesn't really matter. Just be happy with your phone. Don't worry. No matter if you got Gingerbread, Ice Cream Sandwich, Jelly Bean, Key Lime Pie, it doesn't matter. Your apps are still gonna work. When you're making a transition from Apple to Android, or for Windows to Android, or for BlackBerry to Android, and you want to bring all your contacts, and you want to bring all your calendar events, all your calendar meetings, or everything, appointments that you save in your calendar on your device, just make sure you always use Google as the service that you use to back up your contacts and your calendar. If you're an iPhone user, or you're a Windows user, or you think if you're a BlackBerry user as well, I think they let you sync your contacts with Google. You got the option to choose with Google or Apple or even Yahoo. So when you're gonna sync, just sync with Google services. You buy a new phone and you turn it on, the first thing it's gonna tell you is, do you have a Google account? If you do, put your email and password and hit next. When you hit next, it's gonna start looking for all your contacts, all your calendar events, even your Picasa photos. Everything is gonna start syncing everything to your phone without you doing one little thing. Next, I want to talk about the Android store, which is now called the Google Play Store. This is how it looks in the Android devices. When you open it up, you get this very nice colorful look, which is very, very different from other app stores, from other devices. Like you can see here, you got apps, you got music, you got magazines, you got movies and TV, and you got books, and you got games. iOS used to be the app store to go to. But honestly, Android has catched up. I would say it has catched up, and it even has a lot more apps, because remember, there's a lot of apps here that are allowed to be here that Apple and in their ecosystem will not let go through. They will not let those apps go through. So here we actually, in Android devices, we actually get a lot of productivity apps and a lot of customization apps that will never be, Apple will never, or maybe Microsoft will never approve in their app store. That's one thing. The other thing is that the apps and the games and everything, almost any app that you can find in the iPhone world on iOS devices, you will find it here, like your Bank of America app, your Yahoo, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Pandora, your YouTube. No matter what app you could think of, almost every app is gonna be here on the Android ecosystem already. And if it's not here, that's always an equivalent to that app that's here, and sometimes it's even better than the one that is exclusive to iOS. The great thing about Android is that you can also install apps from any Android store. You could install another app from Amazon, which is going to give you a lot more apps too. It doesn't have the same amount of apps that the Android Play Store has, but there's some apps that sometimes are exclusive for Amazon. And all you gotta do is to get this app store. All you gotta do is go to Google and just search Amazon APK, and make sure you choose it from Amazon.com. That way it's a legit app, and just download it from there. Another thing is that you can also, when you go to settings on any phone, when you go to security, Android devices actually let you install apps from anywhere. It lets you install apps from a website. It lets you install apps from an app store. It lets you do anything. So here in this section, by default, this is going to be unchecked, just to secure you from installing apps that you don't want to install, just to protect you. But to be able to use the Amazon App Store, or to install apps from a website, if you find an app in a website and you download it and you want to install it, just make sure you check the unsource. It says unknown source. Make sure you check it. It's gonna warn you. It's gonna tell you, hey, your device and personal data are more vulnerable to attacks when applications from other sources. That is true. You gotta be careful with what you are installing. If you're installing something that is infected in some website that is about torrents and all that things, you might get infected. So that's why they give you this warning. But if you go to a legit website and you install an app from there, there's no harm in that. So just go ahead and click OK, and that's it. And another great way to install apps into your phone or to your Android device is using the browser. When you go to Google Play Store online, you're gonna find the same apps that you find here on your phone. And from here, it's even a lot easier if you're searching from your work environment, and you just want to get an app and want to install it, and your phone is in your pocket or in your wallet or whatever. You don't want to take your phone out. Let's say I want to install this app to one of my phones. The only thing you got to make sure is that you're logged in to the same account you are logged into your phone. That way, here you're gonna be able to see all your Android devices that you own when you choose install. So in this one, let's go ahead and say I want to install it to my phone, this app, and let's hit install. And right now, like you can see right here, look at that. It's installing automatically, very, very fast. It's installing the app that I just selected here on my computer to install on my phone. Now that's amazing. and look at here, it's already successfully installed. And like you can see right there, look at that app right there, and look at the app right there. Next, I want to talk to you guys about Google. The Google apps are available on Android. A lot of these apps will be found on almost a lot of other company phones, like Apple phones or Windows phone, even BlackBerry phones. A lot of these apps will be available there, and the reason they are available there is because they are very good. And for example, Google has Google Drive, which is a cloud service that Google offers. They give you like 5 gigabytes for free. That's enough to store all your documents that you have, resumes or whatever. Maps is an amazing app for maps, of course, and it's one of the best in the market. There's like no map in the market that can actually beat Google when it comes to maps. And navigation as well. Navigation is a great free GPS turn-by-turn app for the Google Android devices, which is very great. It's totally free, and like I said, all the Google Maps integrates with navigation, and you will always be spot on. It works perfectly as well. You also got the Play Music. The Play Music is another amazing app that lets you listen to all your music that you have stored in the cloud. And just because you are a Mac user doesn't mean that you have to stop using iTunes. I have a MacBook. I still haven't stopped using my iTunes. Why? Because with Google Music, Google actually lets you store up to 20,000 songs for free to the cloud. Google Music has a little app, a little software that you install to your Windows computer or to your Mac computer. It will automatically, look right here, automatically upload songs added to iTunes. So every song that you add to iTunes will be automatically uploaded to the cloud, and you will automatically have it available on your phone. Google Voice, which is amazing too. If you have a Gmail account, you have a Gmail number, a phone number, which lets you make phone calls for free to anybody in the United States and Canada, I think it is too. And you can also make phone calls to internationally for a very, very low price. And you can also use it as your text messaging app, and you can also use it as your voicemail app. And it's amazing, and I recommend everybody to try it. It's very great. And you also have Google Wallet. Google Wallet is an app that lets you make payments from your phone if your phone has NFC in it, like the Galaxy S3, the HTC One X, I think it also has. There's a lot of high-end smartphones right now coming out with NFC, and it works awesome. It works very, very great. And we also got Google Chrome. Google Chrome for me is one of the best browsers for my Android device. I've been using it as well. And if you use Google Chrome on your Mac or on your PC, it is amazing. It works even better because you can also have access all your bookmarks that are saved to your desktop. That's very great. And here you can also right here you can also see all the tabs open right now on your MacBook or on my tablet. Very, very great feature too as well, and I love it. And it's Google Chrome. Look at that. Look at that beauty. So Google Chrome for me is amazing as well, and that's the great thing about Android. It has amazing Google apps. Okay, another benefit from Android devices is the keyboard. Let's go to texting. Let's go here to texting. In texting, when you're going to text, you got this very nice keyboard. You can use the landscape. But guess what? You don't have to live with this keyboard forever. You can go ahead and easily change the keyboard that you have here. If you have ice cream sandwich, you're going to see this logo right there. I don't know if you can see it right there, and it's gonna select input method. When you select input method, it's gonna from here you could choose any keyboard that you have available on your phone. In the Android market or Google Play Store, you could install lots of very good keyboard like Swift keyboard. There's a lot of good keyboards that you can install on your phone and have it there at the same time. It doesn't matter, it's in the background, it's not working unless you choose it. Like for example, I'm using the ice cream sandwich keyboard. I could go ahead and go to the Samsung keyboard, and look at that. Now the keyboard is different. And that's a great feature too. I'm telling you guys, it's a great feature. And like I said, if you don't like one keyboard, if you don't like this phone because it has the keyboard I don't like it, and I like that I'm accustomed to the Windows keyboard or to the iOS keyboard, that's no problem there too. You could go ahead and download SwiftKey keyboard, which is a very famous keyboard app, and they have keyboard galore. They have keyboard galore. They have keyboards that look like HTC phone keyboards. I think you can even get keyboards that look like iPhone keyboards. So that's a very great feature too. It also have auto correction and everything. Another benefit from Android devices is that you can customize your phone and make it look however you want to. However you want to make your phone look like, you can make that look. If you want your home screen to have a bunch of load of apps all over the screen, you can make that happen. Like right there, if I want to put more apps here and keep adding more apps here, you could do that. You could fold the whole screen if you want. If you want to have it like an iOS device that has just icons, you can make it look just like icons if you want. But the great thing about here is that you could go ahead and take away all the apps, make space, make your home screen look a lot better. You could change your widgets here. Like you see right here, you can put widgets and change your clock, the way your clock looks. If you want, some phones you have to press to add widgets. If you have ice cream sandwich, your widgets will be right here, and you can see it from right here, all the widgets that you could add to your phone. When you install an app, most of the times that app that you have installed will have a widget as well. You can also install launchers that lets you customize your apps and everything. Like right now, this is the way my apps looks right now. I could go ahead, if I don't like that, this is right now I'm using Apex launcher, but you could use Nova launcher, you could use Go launcher. So let's say I want to change that and I want to use another icon. Let's go ahead and choose here from my packs over here. Let's go ahead and say I want to choose that instead of that, and now look at that. Now my clock looks different. Let's say I want to change the way my messaging app looks, and I want to edit it as well, and I want to put another one. Let's go to default. Now I got my messaging app looking like that. You know, there's a lot of ways you could customize your phone. Here you could change your wallpaper. You could go ahead and choose a live wallpaper if you want. Android has a bunch load of wallpapers that are live and they look very cute. Let's say I want to choose that one. I could choose that one if I want, or I could choose the bubble one if I want to as well, or I could go ahead and choose this one and go ahead and select, and now I have a very nice live looking wallpaper as well. And that's a great thing about Android. You don't have to be rooting or jailbreaking your phone to customize your phone. You also have every phone is going to have different kind of toggles in the top. From here you can go ahead and access all your toggles. Every phone is different. Of course, if you get an HTC, a Nexus device, they're all going to have different notification. But that's the great thing about Android. You could choose what notification, what skin, anything you want from it. That's the great thing about it. So that's the great thing about Android, the customization without having to root Another great benefit from Android devices is that if you want to make your smartphone, a hotspot, most of the times you don't need to root your phone, you don't need to jailbreak your phone to use a hotspot app on your phone. These hotspot apps can actually be found in the Google Play Store, and you're gonna get a whole bunch of apps that are available for tethering that you don't even have to root. Yes, you can root the phone if you want to do like custom ROMs and all that, but you don't have to. There's apps that you just pay $10, and which I think is totally worth it. I'd rather pay $10 to a great hotspot or tethering app than paying $20 or $30 a month for the same function. So there's a lot of good apps. You got Easy Tether, you got Fox 5, which is free and it's available in the Amazon App Store. You got Easy Tether Carrier Edition, Easy Wi-Fi Tether that lets you do it for free, but blocks some restricted websites. Or there's a lot of good. I think there's also PDA Net, which is a very good tether hotspot app. The other great thing about Android devices is that most of the Android devices, I would say like over 90% of Android devices, you could replace the battery. You could add more memory to them. Like for example, let's go back here. Let's show you guys. Almost every Android device, you could go ahead and change the battery. Like for example, my wife's Android phone battery died after almost more than a year, and the phone was shutting off, and the battery wasn't sustaining the charge. So I bought a legit battery from Samsung for $12 at Amazon and put it in, and now the phone is working perfectly. And Android devices, you could change the battery. You could put a bigger battery if you want. You could keep this battery and have a second battery as your backup battery. You can also, if your phone has only 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes, you could choose to add a memory card, micro SD card, and you can add up to 32 gigabytes on some devices, and other devices you can add up to 64 gigabytes, which is freaking amazing. And you could just add all your library there. And if you want to change phones, you just take this phone and take this card and put it in another card, and you will have everything there. You can make your camera, save your photos to the memory card instead of to the internal card. And on some phones, you could install the apps from the internal memory, install those apps to the external memory. That's the great thing about the Android devices. Android devices, you could go ahead and choose whatever color you want. You could choose whatever size you want. If you want a small screen, because big phones are not your thing, you could get a 4-inch very awesome small screen. Like the HTC One S is a very good small phone. There's a lot of good choices out there. And another benefit is from Android devices is that it doesn't matter what computer you have at your home. If you use Windows computer, if you use a Mac computer, if you use a Linux computer, it doesn't matter what computer you have. The Android devices will be compatible with those computers, and you will be able to access your files from any computer, from your Mac computer, from your Windows computer, any computer. And there's a lot of apps in the market that if you actually want to sync your iTunes, you could use Double Twist to sync your iTunes library to your phone. Or like I said before, you could use Google Music service, which is free. You have 20,000 songs you can upload to the cloud and have it accessible to any Google Play Music app on any device, even on Google Music Google TVs. If you have a TV with Google TV, even there you can access your music. So guys, this is all I'm going to record. If you have any other more questions, go ahead and ask. This is the reason I did this video, because a lot of people keep asking me. A lot of people actually want to go to Android devices, but they're scared of all the negative comments they have heard about Android devices. And like I said before, no matter what phone you have, no matter what operating you have, your apps will always work. Your apps will always work, and And I recommend, like I said, I recommend getting the highest high-end phone. If you want to get the Galaxy S3 phone, is a very awesome phone. The HTC One X is another great phone too as well. There's more upcoming phones that are gonna come, like the Galaxy Note 2 is an amazing powerhouse that you can get if you like big screens like I do. The Razer is another great phone. Like the Razer Max has an amazing battery life, has an amazing huge battery. So like you see right there, like I mentioned to you right there, just a lot of different phones for all your different pleasures, whatever. So guys, I hope this video helps out. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask and I'll try to help you out. Okay guys, till next time.